Coming up on this edition of VCU In-Depth, documentaries from students in VCU's Robertson School of Media and Culture.
We'll take a look at a program that provides mentors for young kids as well as establishing lifelong friendships.
And we'll look back at a classic mini-documentary on a subject that remains a crisis in Virginia and elsewhere, heroin and opioid use.
VCU In-Depth begins right now. Good evening and welcome to VCU In-Depth. I'm Morgan Greenwald.
And I'm Naya White. Thanks for joining us as we feature documentaries from undergraduate students in VCU's Robertson School of Media and Culture. Big Brothers Big Sisters was founded more than 100 years ago in New York City.
This well-known organization now serves communities all across the nation.
Big Brothers Big Sisters helps to mentor children in need using a rigorous system to match young people and volunteers based on similar interests.
This mini-documentary follows the story of siblings Omar and Miriam and their experience with the program.
Big Brothers Big Sisters, I think, also has the unique opportunity that we work solely with volunteers. And so it's a simple and easy way to make a difference. You just have to be caring, consistent, and compassionate.
How long have you guys been matched together?
6 months, 8 months.
Yeah, I think it's closer to 8 months now.
Yeah.
It was last summer. Our first outing was Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
We went
And then we went
played
to
video
CC's.
games. Definitely both a little quieter at first, I think, than we are now, but we'll talk about pretty much everything.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we match children and adults who have like-minded interests. So if you like to play soccer, we want to find somebody who's really into playing soccer.
He wants to be an engineer, I'm an engineer. So I mean, they matched us based on that stuff, but the similarities there are a lot of personal similarities.
If like I had a brother, I would have a lot of things in common.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we have in common.
If you ever go to Chicago, that's one of the Great Lakes right there. So let's see if we can find the Erie Canal.
Studies show that kids who have a higher degree of education have a higher lifelong income and that they're more likely to have a stable family environment in the future. So we use a lot of the tenets of positive youth development theory, which talk about just getting kids to have consistent habits, to find themselves a safe and quiet place to study, and avoiding other distractions.
Congress in the legislative branch, it makes laws for our country.
The legislative branch makes laws for our country.
Mm-hmm. Like in 4th grade, I didn't do third grade, yeah, I didn't do really good, and then 4th grade, I did a little bit better, and then when he came, I got, since my first quarter, I started getting like straight A's.
I think you're good, man.
Can you double check?
I think that everybody needs a mentor. It doesn't matter where you come from. And so I'm glad that we're able to connect people in the community with children in our community who might not have that person yet, but we can help facilitate that.
What's good about it?
The evil castle?
No, it shouldn't be the evil castle. It could be the animal castle. It could be a El Shami Manor.
The animal castle.
I like the animal castle.
It just came right at you.
I know. Not my best decision.
I messed up.
He's done it! What's up, buddy? What is that, like a dap fake high five?
Yeah, it's like psych.
Rude. I will remember that. So what was the project?
So the project's a medieval animal kingdom.
Well, why'd you make the medieval animal kingdom?
Because it's a Cell City project, and so what I did was we made the castle out of foam block, and then we colored it, and then so this is supposed to be the nucleus because in the castle, the king makes his decisions, so that would be nucleus.
Yeah.
And then the blacksmith forge makes energy, which is mitochondria, and the cytoplasm is the grass, which gives a fluid or something like that. And then the vacuole is like the waste, which is a sewer. The cell membrane is the gate.
Or the wall.
Yeah, or the wall. And then this is a gate
Yeah,
where you go out.
because the cell membrane has openings because it absorbs stuff.
Yeah. That's
So,
it.
yeah, we chose to make an animal cell instead of a plant cell, so we went with the medieval kingdom.
Yep.
I just want to see it up like that. What do you think, buddy? You feel good about it?
Yeah. I
Nice.
think I'm gonna get 100.
Give me some nugs, dude.
There is a strong demand for young boys to have mentors.
Definitely more boys are in need of a mentor than girls because we find that so many of the boys are living in single-family households with a single mom.
Generally, it's easier for us to move girls through the pipeline to have a mentor quicker than it is for boys.
One of the things that I'm working on with the program is just getting more young men involved. There are, I think, 75% of the applicants are for male littles, but only 25% of the volunteers are, men. So we definitely need to get more men involved in the program, and that's something that we're kind of working on. So, get out there.
So I was actually a big sister in the community-based program. I was matched with my little when she was 12, and we went through the entire program until she graduated, technically when she turned 18. She's now 22. She turned 22 in January. As a mentor, it really opened my eyes. It provided me the opportunity to experience things that I don't think anyone really has an idea of how much a relationship can impact the person that they become.
To the right! To the right!
Would you consider Katie one of your best friends?
Yeah.
Yeah!
It's really based on trying new things and creating a relationship based on shared interests because we all have a lot more alike than we have that's different.
I think that she always has such a positive attitude, and whenever I throw out some crazy idea, she's always like, all right, let's do it. So it's always fun to be around someone that's willing to try new things with you.
3, 2, 1. Whoa! And Miriam, what is in that bowl?
Turkey, salt, onions,
What about garlic? Oh, Miriam's helper. Hey, Scout.
and she's always so sweet and nice.
Did she pay you before? What? To say nice things?
Groceries, buying what you need. You got that 9 to 5, but baby, so do I. So don't be thinking I'll be home and making apple pies. I never learned to cook, but I can ride a hook. Sing along with me, sing along with me.
I feel a lot more settled in Richmond. I really have noticed like a decent difference of just like, there's someone that's like waiting for me here, and they're not in any other city but Richmond.
Do some more. Here. Let's not be shy. Everyone loves cheese.
Down. No. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Get it.
I think you challenge me just because, in like my work or day to day, I'm more relating to people my age, and so it's nice to kind of get out of that mundane, same type of person. I think you bring a lot of excitement and diversity to my life.
Sorry, I'll put the. Let me some right now.
Oh my God, I love Chipotle. Chipotle is my life.
They're just so weird.
She got me this bracelet. It says, be true, be you, and be kind. So every time I look down on my wrist when I'm writing something for classwork, I can remember that. It feels like she's being like a real sister to me, a real big sister.
Our longest match has been together right now for 9 years. So it's pretty remarkable to me.
It's great that the relationship continues forever, and so they continue just making an impact in each other's lives.
But I don't see us stopping unless I move across the country or something. But still, I definitely would want to keep in touch with him. So yeah, in one way, shape, or form, we'll definitely have a relationship.
I could see Justin, me and him, like being friends forever. Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty rewarding hearing some of the things she said yesterday, and like I know I've had an impact on her life, but you kind of don't realize to what extent. Like I was like pretty shocked of some of the things she said. Not that I didn't hope that that's how I was, but like that she actually like vocalized the impact. So I think that, you know, maybe not everyone realizes how big of an impact you can have.
Life is a lot different for a lot of different people, you know. So that has just changed me, and it's made me more empathetic, I believe, and just kind of more understanding. And honestly, I'm pretty patient, I think, but I think this has definitely helped me with that as well.
I would say there are 12 people in our office, and at least half of them are either currently bigs or have been bigs in the past. So this mission is something they are very passionate about, and they will work themselves silly to make sure that as many children are being matched with quality mentors and are having a great experience.
You're the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Katie.
I'm Bill Oglesby, an assistant professor in VCU's Robertson School of Media and Culture and the instructor for the documentary class. Joining me tonight are Cole Pearson, Elena Correa, and Ray Charity, who produced the Big Brothers Big Sisters documentary. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Cole, let me start with you and ask, how did you go about choosing the Big Brother Big Sister combinations that you used in the documentary?
Well, we had a lot of help from the office, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Greater Richmond. There's about 12 of them working there, and they really helped us out. They reached out to the matches, their parents, made sure we got consent from them. And yeah, so we got 2 great matches, Omar and Miriam, who are actually brother and sister, so it worked out very well. So shout out to Andrea, Anne, and Olivia. Thank you.
Well, good. And yeah, I thought that they were excellent. I mean, they really were very natural. And I was going to ask you, Elena, what was it like to work with kids? Because, a lot of times people find it very different than working with adults.
Right. It was definitely a different experience for me. This was my first time in an interview setting, at least interviewing children for this reason. And I felt like it went a lot smoother than I was worried for my prep. But yeah, I mean, they really came through. Their personalities shined, and they were very candid and open. And I feel like you can really feel that through the documentary. And I feel like it kind of almost helped too, because when we did film with Omar and Miriam, their bigs were always you know, around somewhere, and I feel like maybe that kind of played a role in their comfortability.
And when they were both on camera, it seemed like there was a lot of chemistry going. I get the feeling that sometimes they forgot the camera was even on. They were just sort of interacting with each other.
Right, and that's the beauty of a lot of the shots we were able to capture and put in and sprinkle throughout the documentary. So.
Okay, well, good. And, you know, hopefully, because you did make the point that there's a particular need for big brothers, right?
Yes.
And I would hope that there would be a lot of people who would be watching this who would say, you know, I'd like to take part myself. So, Ray, tell us, you know, what somebody who's watching this is interested in taking part. What can they do?
Yeah, well, it's a very simple process. You can just go to their website at bbbs.org. You can also go to your local Big Brothers Big Sisters, reach out to a match support specialist, then the application process will start from there.
Okay. Is it a very intricate application process? I guess it is.
Yes, because you have to find similar qualities between you and your match. Okay. So it can be very long.
All right. Well, thank you very much, the student producers of the Big Brothers Big Sisters documentary.
Thanks, Dr. Oglesby. 2 years ago, we saw a mini documentary on the dangers of heroin and opioid use, which for the first time has killed more people in Virginia than car crashes.
Fatal heroin and prescription drug overdoses continue to climb at an alarming rate, leading Virginia Attorney General Mark Herring to declare heroin a statewide epidemic.
Much of the public attention has been focused on why the drug is resurging in popularity and what to do in the event of an overdose.
We revisit the epidemic of the heroin and opioid addiction in this mini documentary called Stuck.
Sir, can you hear us? Can you wake up for me? You open your eyes, look at me. Gotta take you to the hospital, okay? Gotta get you some help.
They said it'll make you feel good.
What did you do?
It's like a warm blanket of like euphoric bliss.
Everything is numb. You feel almost nothing, anytime, any given time at all. You know, you're not really happy, sad, you're not even really high, you just are.
I could not get my mind wrapped around the thought that Catherine was a heroin addict. Not my daughter. Not my daughter, no way. So if my daughter can be a heroin addict, anybody can. It's not about not having love and support. It's about how they feel inside of themselves that makes them start to use in the first place. Yeah.
A lot of people need to understand that, you know, just because I'm a heroin addict or other people use heroin doesn't make them bad people. Just because I'm a convicted felon doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I made bad decisions, definitely. I gave away my freedom for a high.
We would find spoons in her bedroom, like in her dresser drawers, spoons, lighters, foil.
Found more spoons. I've lost a lot of spoons in the past 3 years. Yeah.
I changed so much, and I became someone I really hated. Like, I couldn't make eye contact with myself in the mirror. Like, I could barely even look at myself. I hated myself. I thought I was the biggest piece of in the world. I really did.
I think a lot of people assume that we think a drug addict or somebody who's overdosing on drugs or somebody who's a long-time user of drugs is just this thing that we deal with. But in reality, one of the things that we see is it's a human being. It's a person. It's a person who's gone through some things, and there are reasons they've led to this lifestyle, and most of the time they are not great. And what we're able to do is we're able to reach out to that person, reach out to that human being, and sometimes really make a difference by identifying that it's a person. It's somebody who just needs some help.
The stigma associated with addiction is the big lie. You know, it's a huge lie. It's a ridiculous stigma. This is addiction, this is recovery, what you're looking at. This should be the face on the 5 o'clock, I mean, not what you're seeing. You know, less than 1% of people with this illness make up 99% of the media, you know, of the stigma. And it's just wrong, it's fraud, and we want to change that.
This disease does not discriminate, doesn't care what race, sex, gender, whatever, you know. It'll affect the person, homeless guy under the bridge, to a young professional like myself.
We're here to share our stories so the public can know about not just, you know, that we're all quote unquote junkies or drug addicts, that we, you know, live a life of recovery. People are dying left and right, and, you know, we're kind of sick of, you know, going to funerals.
I got a call from Catherine that she was in the Norfolk Police Precinct. And so I went there to pick her up. And I said, what happened? She was at a McDonald's in Norfolk, in a very bad section, with 2 male friends. And they shot up in the car, all 3 of them. One of them shot up and he turned blue. I mean, his lips turned blue, and the brother went into the McDonald's to call 911, or either he called it from his cell phone, I don't know, but the police were called. And so, since it was a heroin overdose, of course, Catherine was charged. She was charged with possession.
That is after people typically use a syringe, they just shoot whatever is left inside the needle, which is typically just blood, into the ceiling.
When I first started taking opiates, it was painkillers, and it was just so fun. I felt really happy. Everything was great. I felt like even if someone told me some information like, you know, you lost a family member or something, that I'd still be smiling. I don't really remember anything that happened, but what I'm told happened was apparently I shoved Maddie down the stairs, my sister, and I guess my mom had just gotten back from the store, and when she heard about it, she flung some soda like just straight into the driveway, and next thing I knew, 2 police officers showed up.
My name is Stas Nowitzki. I started using heroin when I was 19 years old. So I overdosed the day before my 25th birthday. So I spent my 25th birthday in a coma.
Well, you know, we feel very strong about this. We really do. You know, it's kind of like the same thing on DUIs. You know, we're tired of knocking on doors and telling mom your kid's not coming home. Get the help before law enforcement gets involved. Because once it goes into our bailiwick, once it goes into law enforcement, it takes on somewhat of a different take as opposed to if you can get them the help ahead of time.
There are people who legitimately care. There are police officers who are willing to stop and say, hey, let's not take you to jail, let's get you someplace where we can get you better. Even if you have to go to jail, work with the Commonwealth attorney or work with the judge to get you into a situation where you make yourself better. And the key part of that is you have to want it.
I don't think that putting addicts in jail is effective at all. I don't know anyone that stayed clean just from being in jail. If you take someone that doesn't want to be clean, put them in jail for 2 years, it's just pressing pause on time. They get out and get high immediately. Jail doesn't make people want to get clean.
But so I gotten out of jail, and my dad picked me up, and I told him, like, hey, you know, like, I'm gonna change and all this, but in my mind, I still had that mental obsession, like, I need to go get high one more time. And so I got high one more time, and I overdosed. Part of the reason what I do today is because I feel I was given an opportunity to help people and not waste my life. Like I've done enough to waste my life, and now I want to give back, and in hopes that I can save other people from wasting the key years of their life.
We have what we call frequent flyer opiate addicts. It costs $5,200 to just arrest an opiate addict. We can detox that same addict for $625.
So let's get help for them so that they can be normal people as far as contributing to society and have hope for the future. You know, maybe one day they can get married and have children and, you know, be a member of the PTA and live in suburbia, you know, and just have a normal life.
Yes, I shot dope for a long time. I did heroin for years. But daggone, I mean, I'm just a totally different person today because of recovery. And I pay taxes, I vote, you know, I do all this stuff. My credit's fixed, you know, and I'm a mommy and I'm on the PTA, all this stuff, you know, that we get back because of recovery and work in a recovery program.
It's imperative for addicts to help other addicts if they want to stay clean long term. They only keep what they have by giving it away.
I think we're all bringing common sense to you right now. We are the evidence. We're all in recovery.
My final question to you is, where do you wish to go from here?
I'm not 100% sure about that yet, but I know not back.
Thanks again, Dr. Oglesby, and all of the documentary students. That does it for this edition of VCU In-Depth, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naya White.
And I'm Morgan Greenwalt. For all of us at VCU In-Depth, good night.